Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwadner. Welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of speaking with Krishan Patel. He is VP of Product with Apollo. How are you doing?
Gerhard. Hey, doing pretty well. Really excited to be here and talk about Sales 3.0.
As you know, we live in uncertain economic times, and a lot of sales leaders have as number one goal for the next quarter enlarging the sales funnel. How would you help them?
Yeah, so I think that there's two pieces to building your sales funnel. There's always the inbound and marketing driven side of the sales funnel, which you have a little bit less predictability over if you're in a sales role. And then there's the outbound. In this day and age, I think every single sales rep needs to be equipped with a data tool that's going to help them figure out, in their target account list, who are all the potential buyers that they should be reaching out to, first and foremost. But secondly, when you have a list of thousands of potential buyers, you need to be able to figure out which ones are the most relevant to what you're selling right now. So for example, just if you take Apollo as a use case, for us, we might be able to reach out to hundreds of thousands of VPs of sales at any given moment. But we want to sift through and figure out which ones are expanding their sales teams right now, which ones are hiring for sales operations folks right now, which ones have multiple people within their company that are looking up articles around sales automation software. So I think in this day and age, there's so many ways to get that extra insight that tells you that this buyer is raising their hand. And I think that's one of the greatest things you can do to really give yourself an edge in this market right now.
What you're saying is that to start that process, you need to have a good understanding of your target market, which is not always the case.
So people generally have an idea of what might be my total addressable market, but what is my ideal customer profile within that total addressable market is often difficult for people to figure out. One thing that we've built at Apollo is a scoring engine that builds an automatic scoring model for you. So for example, if you connect your CRM and we have access to all of your customers and all of your win rate data and opportunity data, you can click auto generate scoring model, and we'll automatically start to figure out what are the different signals that mean a company is more likely to buy from you at a larger deal size, at a faster sales cycle length, or a higher win rate, and so on. But really, I think the answers to what your ICP is usually within your existing data if you already have 50 plus customers already.
So walk me through the process. If I sign up to Apollo right now and log in, what is the first thing I need to do?
It really depends on your use case, right? Because Apollo can be used for data, it can be used for intelligence and prioritization, it can be used for reaching out to buyers. So actually sending your emails, making your phone calls, sending your LinkedIn messages, and then doing the analysis afterwards. So I'd first ask you kind of, what your use case is, which part of the—
Well, let's take the third one where I want to reach out to buyers, potential buyers.
So I think the first thing that I typically recommend someone to do is to connect their CRM or upload their list of existing accounts and contacts. That way, when they're reaching out to new people, they're ensuring that they're not reaching out to people that they already have campaigns going with and not people that are already customers and so on. The second thing I do is I go over to our searcher or LinkedIn extension if you prefer prospecting on LinkedIn, and would figure out who are the people that are most likely to buy from you right now. So typically the filters that everyone would use are locations, titles, in the industries, and company size. But I think there are a few filters that help you go beyond that, such as looking at what technologies might companies be using that are more likely to work with you. For example, if they use Marketo as a marketing automation software, does that give you signal that they might be a better fit for your company? Two, I look at the hiring filters and figure out, are they growing their teams in the department that you sell into specifically? While people are growing teams, they usually have more budget around tooling to make those teams successful. Third, I would look into the department size filters. So that's a filter that'll help you figure out, is this a small marketing team? Is this a large marketing team? And so on, because employee count gives you some signal of whether a company might be a good fit, but the size of the team that you actually sell into is an even better signal to help figure out whether this is the right type of company for you. Once you've found the right list, you can click a button to download contact information on all of them, and you can throw them into our campaigns feature, which basically is a series of touch points that start with automated emails, phone calls, LinkedIn touches. After running your first campaign, that's when I would look deeply into the analytics to figure out where did we set the most meetings or have the highest open rates, reply rates, meeting rates, not just by rep that sent out the emails, but by title that you sent to, or by location, or by company size and industry and so on. So you can figure out where your messaging is working, where you can double down, and where your messaging and targeting strategy has room for improvement, where you can do further experimentation in the future.
So what would be a good call to action for any email that you recommend?
The call to action at the end of the email would always ask for the meeting, asking for some time, being relatively direct as well. I think, some people like to go relatively soft with their call to actions, like, hey, is this something you'd like to discuss further? It's really easy to just not reply to that email. It's not a strong call to action. But asking for 15 minutes of time to help this company understand how you've been able to help their competitors or things of that nature, I think those typically go a much longer way, because you're waiting on a response to that direct ask that you made, and you're able to ideally show some value that you've been able to bring to people similar to them.
Krishan, thank you so much for sharing your insights. What can people go to learn more?
Apollo.io is our website. You can go and sign up for a free platform within seconds. So I'd highly recommend it to anyone out there.